Hey there, this is Perch, and I am here at the Seattle Center outside the EMP. It's the Experience Music Project, and that's a museum for music and pop culture, or more music. But they do various little events here. Sci-fi has a permanent display, and recently the Marvel experience was here, where they had a number of Marvel gallery and projects. It was quite a cool little experience. Sorry for the background noise, by the way. They just decided to go ahead and pump out Pearl Jam here, but that's all right. Um, so, like I was saying, this Marvel project, it was a cool display. It had a lot of original art. I think it did a really good job, actually a better job than you get online or with some of the other aspects of Marvel's marketing, of kind of saying who all the different titles were, the main characters. It didn't try and rewrite history. Yes, I saw some people complaining that they had a Miss Marvel little kind of display you could take a picture with, and that's, but again, you have hundreds of pieces of art, and yeah, they're going to have some art from character that some people don't like. I thought it was well done, and I think Miss Marvel, a lot of people in retrospect have forgotten kind of the impact that character initially had. It was a brand new character out of the gate. It had the unfortunate kind of baggage of being part of the Inhumans kind of, I don't want to say debacle, just let's say, what's the word for not selling well or anyone was not liking? Nonplussed. Say the nonplussed Inhumans situation. And yet it was a standout title. It had a relatively, a new writer for comics. By and large, it had a lot of kind of different aspects to it, had a different tone, and it did take off. It sold really well. Now, down the road, I think relaunches and reboots and other things eroded that, but it had a good launch. So yeah, I think it deserves to be kind of one of these characters, one of these events that is spotlighted because they did a good job with it. But this really well done, really good museum was out here, and then up in the gift shop. And I've shown photos of this before on Twitter. There were a large number of Marvel things. You had T-shirts, you had Funko, you had a bunch of graphic novels, you had some unique comics made special for the event that were here for Seattle and for the EMP and for the traveling Marvel show. And and it was pretty cool. There was some stuff there that shops don't have, and unique merchandise, some really nice things. And it's gone now because the Marvel little traveling show has moved on. They're doing something else. I'm guessing Pearl Jam from all the signs around me. But how did it sell? Well, I just got out of there, just had a conversation with the folks who run the little gift shop there, and asked them where all the Marvel stuff went, thinking, oh, I missed my chance. And to the contrary, most of it is still here. It's just in the back in boxes. It's just kind of still here. Some of it, I guess, they get to move on to the next place that gets the show. So I think there's some kind of, they get to ship it forward. I'm not sure exactly how that works. But the comment from the guy running the counter was, yeah, didn't sell well. And they started to phase it out before the event was over. And I think he saw my face fall, so he goes, oh, you a comic fan? I'm like, well, yeah, obviously I'm asking about some comic stuff. So, I mean, either I'm a real weirdo or I'm a comic fan. Maybe both. And he's like, well, this stuff, just nobody really wanted it. And I said, did the event do poorly? I mean, when I went to it twice, I went to it and it was packed. I mean, it was unpleasantly packed. I went back the second time hoping that I could see it when it wasn't completely jammed up with people. And he's like, no, it did really well, one of our best events, but couldn't get the merchandise to sell. And I'm scratching my head at that. So, a lot of people like to bag on this stuff and kind of jump onto it, but this is a case where you had a showcase of Marvel history. You had plenty devoted to Buscema and Stan Lee and Kirby and a lot of classic artists. You had classic storylines. There was not this big, quote unquote social agenda being crammed into the museum. It was art and stuff. It was a pretty reasonable retelling of actually what happened in Marvel's history. And yet you didn't get people who were jumping on to buy comics or shirts or pins or any of that. And I think that's a bad sign, like a really bad sign, because you've got these movies out that are making billions of dollars, and yet I go to Target or I go to Box Lunch or some of the various shops, and or even the Disney store. And one thing they do not have a shortage of is Captain Marvel and Avengers Endgame shirts. And but actually behind that, Black Panther stuff. There's tons of Black Panther stuff. Do you remember all the little memes, and there were like people writing posts about how, make sure you didn't run out and buy Black Panther stuff if you're a little white kid, or because you want to make sure that that other kids, black children, could actually find the merchandise that they wanted to buy. I think it was a nice sentiment, but I mean, I guess, did everybody just take that advice? Because there's tons of merchandise. There's no shortage anywhere of stuff. And if you've got a big display here like the EMP, and you've got all this content really getting you in the spirit of Marvel, and you can't translate to at a sale at the end. And don't even go into like, oh, the comic books are trash or any of that. I mean, we're talking shirts. You're talking, Rob Liefeld Deadpool images. You're talking Kirby Fantastic Four. You're talking Ditko Spider-Man shirts, jackets, posters. They had the classic stuff and the new stuff, but mostly the classic stuff. And it just didn't go. I'm just sitting here kind of scratching my head. I don't have an answer for this other than maybe there's been so much exposure, so much of the brand has been everywhere that, there's more product out in the shelves than people who are willing to buy. But that's a real puzzling thing to kind of wrap your head around when movies are making $1 billion. So anyway, kind of a short video. I'm just perplexed. That's what I am. I'm perplexed. I'm going to go in now and have something with the Wolfgang Puck here down here, and threaten myself with some food illness. So, wish me luck. But why is it? Why is it that when you have a focused, dedicated, really cool little display, little exhibition, it can't come out the other end and sell things? Why is it that they've got a bunch of the stock just sitting in boxes on the back? Because, the 800 Nirvana variant shirts are going to do better. I mean, they've got just all kinds of stuff in this shop, and they can't make room for some classic Marvel stuff. They can't make room for Marvel Masterworks or new or old. It's puzzling to me, and I think there's a danger there. I mean, a lot of people go into the the bottom's about to drop out of the comic book movies, and you're living on borrowed time. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it's hard. Again, it's very hard to have that perspective when things are coming out making $1 billion. Captain Marvel comes out $1 billion. It makes me think it's not coming to an end anytime soon. But then I see stuff like this, and I'm like, yeesh. If you can't get people to buy the merchandise in this place, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they're all just going somewhere else. But there's the monorail, so maybe I should hop on that instead of enduring food poisoning. Hey, thanks for listening. Subscribe, share with friends. Hey, let somebody else know that this crazy channel exists. That'd be awesome. Hit the bell for notifications, and let me know what you would like me to talk about. Let me know if you want me to do more videos outside with a bunch of noise in the background. Maybe it's better than my voice. Have a good day.